Synthetic division is a technique we use to divide polynomials, and it's really fast and easy with an important constraint. It only works if you have a linear divisor. Okay? It does not matter what degree the top is, but the bottom has to be linear. It has to be x to the first power for this technique to work. Okay? All right, so here's how it works. I have x plus 1 is my divisor. If I set that equal to 0, that means x has to equal -1. So I'm going to put -1 right there. I'm going to draw a line, and then I'm going to put my coefficients of my dividend here. Okay, so I've got 1, -1, 0, because I don't have an x squared term, so I have to fill that in, -2, and 2. I leave myself some space, then I draw a line like that. To get things going, I bring down my first coefficient, which is 1. Now from this point on, I'm going to multiply and add. So I'm going to multiply 1 times -1. That gives me -1. I'm going to add -2. I multiply this by -1. That gives me +2. When I add, I get 2. 2 times -1 is -2. When I add, I get -4. -4 times -1 is +4. When I add, I get 6. Okay, so what do we have here? This is our quotient, the coefficients of our quotient actually, and this is our remainder. Okay, now we started with an x to the 4th, which means our quotient will begin with an x cubed. So here's our answer: 1x cubed minus 2x squared plus 2x minus 4 plus the remainder over x plus 1. All of this equals our original rational polynomial. Not a rational polynomial, our rational expression. And let's do one more just to make sure we have the process down. So I'm dividing by x plus 2, which means I'm going to put -2 over here. I'm going to put my lead coefficients, or all my coefficients, out here, including ones that are missing. I'll replace those terms with 0. So I'm going to have 3x to the 5th, 0x to the 4th, -2x cubed, 1x squared, right? And 0x and -7. Okay, skip a space and bring down my first coefficient, 3. 3 times -2 is -6. Plus 0 is -6, times -2 is +12, minus 2 is 10, times -2 is -20, plus 1 is -19, times -2 is +38, plus 0 is 38, times -2 is -76, minus 7 is -83. Here's my remainder, and these are the coefficients of my quotient. So my answer is, we began with an x to the 5th. Our quotient will begin with an x to the 4th. 3x to the 4th minus 6x cubed plus 10x squared minus 19x plus 38 minus 83 over x plus 2. And that's how you do synthetic division.